he is going to use this week in order to change. He has an opportunity to do that. The worst act of political violence in this country's recent history is January 6th. And just 2 weeks ago, just a week ago, Donald Trump was celebrating the people who attacked our Capitol, promising to pardon the people who tried to kill me and others who were trying to do the people's work and certify Joe Biden's victory. I'll keep my fingers crossed that Donald Trump will renounce violence this week. I just think I know Donald Trump. I don't think he will do it. I know J.D. Vance, and I know exactly why he was picked by Donald Trump. J.D. Vance is a believer in a national abortion ban, no exceptions for rape and incest. It is absolutely the agenda of this party to strip away from women the ability to have access to reproductive health care. J.D. Vance is a believer that Donald Trump won the 2020 election. He's a believer in those conspiracy theories. Over and over again, he has proven that he's going to line up with the president's plan to cut taxes for the rich, to deny elections when they don't turn out well for Republicans, and to take away from women the right to a safe and legal abortion. And so it just wasn't surprising to me that J.D. Vance was the pick today.
Can I ask how you would characterize Senator Vance's time in Washington so far? I mean, he's only been in public office. He's only been a senator for a year and a half. He won in 2022, was sworn in January of 2023, and we're only halfway through 2024 now. In that year and a half, what have you observed? What have you come to believe about him, just watching him as a senator?
Back in 2008.
Well, I think he exists to be Trump's primary lieutenant in the United States Senate. What Trump is looking for is blind loyalty, right? He's not looking for people who are going to serve the country. He's not looking for people who are going to lift up the plight of the middle class or the poor. He's looking for people who will do for him what Michael Pence would not do, right? Michael Pence would not steal the election from Joe Biden, would not end American democracy at Trump's request. He is now picking a vice president who has pledged 100% loyalty to the cult of Donald Trump. I've also seen, J.D. Vance act in a way that is really dismissive of democracy. He is one of the Republican senators that routinely stops us from being able to approve appointees to the Department of Justice, because he does not want the Department of Justice to do its work if the work is investigating Republicans. So I've seen a dismissiveness about democracy. I've seen a blind, complete loyalty to Donald Trump. And I think those are the things that ultimately made him an attractive pick.
One of the things that has been sort of circulating today about Senator Vance in his recent remarks, this is not something ancient history, but within the past year, he suggested that a president shouldn't have to follow court orders, Supreme Court rulings. Talked about the famous quote of, the Chief Justice has issued his ruling, now let him enforce it. Are you worried that Senator Vance is proposing a sort of procedural radicalism, saying he would do what Trump wanted Mike Pence to do, even though Mike Pence wouldn't do it, suggesting that Trump shouldn't follow court orders, shouldn't even follow Supreme Court rulings? There's an argument that's been made. I don't think Senator Vance is a very high-profile figure yet. And so I'm not sure how well this has translated broadly to the public, but an argument has been made about him that he's proposing a form of sort of procedural radicalism for Trump that is more radical than even Trump has suggested in the past. Do you subscribe to that?
So there is a plan, right, written down on paper to transition American democracy to autocracy. There is a very mainstream element of the Republican Party and Trump's infrastructure that is very thoughtful about how they are going to end democratic norms. J.D. Vance is part of that infrastructure, right? He has been fairly public in his antipathy for democracy. There is just a dominant strain in the Republican Party and some of the sort of thin intellectual veneer that covers Trumpism that J.D. Vance is a big part of, that simply believes that democracy is antiquated, that it doesn't work any longer, that we would be better off if we just had one person in charge and the rest of us were stripped of our rights, and that we put men back in charge, that we created this nation in a new cloak of Christian nationalism. That's where J.D. Vance comes from. And he talks a good game, but if you really listen to him, he is being picked in part because he is going to help shape this transition away from democratic norms, this transition to a white patriarchal Christian-dominated nation, something that's very different, right, than the nation that many of us have thought we have been a part of this many years.
Yeah, of all the supposed shortlist contenders that Donald Trump was considering for vice president, Senator Vance certainly, I think, widely viewed as the most radical choice on the terms you just laid out. Senator Chris Murphy, thank you so much for your time tonight, sir. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thanks.
All right. We're just getting going with our coverage of the Republican National Convention, starting its first night in Milwaukee. Up next, we will have a closer look at the new Republican nominee for Vice President, J.D. Vance. We'll be speaking with a reporter who has covered him extensively. We got lots to cover from Milwaukee, including from the RNC stage tonight. Stay with us.
If you have the risk of kidney failure.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
We live.
Yeah, I feel like smelling some cocoa butter right now.
Welcome to Hood View Politics. If we come in an emergency podcast, as we do as usual. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's going on with you?
Something like that. What's good? Oh, nothing. I'm sitting here just watching this train wreck. You know how it is. Oh, let me welcome everybody to Hood View Politics. It's a Monday night. It's a Monday night mayhem, so it's got to be an emergency podcast. So we coming at you. We're gonna bring you because there's been too many happenings today. There's too much shit went down today.
And the funny thing about it is, when they say we want to take a pause for a minute, y'all gotta realize this nigga got shot in his fucking ear. His head off, bro. And
he's still acting like a maniac.
No, on top of that, though, the key point of this is they still doing politics anyway. You feel me?
Oh,
they stopping the motherfucking court case. He just motherfucking put a vice president up. I mean, a vice president candidate up. That's a straight MAGA.
Yep.
So they still straight doing MAGA. Politics. But guess what? Guess what Democrats gonna do? Pause.
Nah. Oh no, they didn't. Joe said after that motherfucker. He said it the day after he do that interview air with Leo tonight at 9:00. At 9:30, it's on. Because he went on Trump in the interview, the clip they showed. Try to get something. Oh, come on. Oh, in my head, but yeah. I thought you was about to say something, but anyway, they showed a little clip of the interview he did with Lester Holt. They keep pushing this thing about both sides. It ain't about both sides and the rhetoric on both sides. All the crazy ass rhetoric been coming from one side, been coming from Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, Proud Boys, that clown from the Heritage Foundation, JD Vance. That's where all the damn crazy rhetoric been coming from. But they want to push this. The media trying to push the narrative, and with the Republicans, helping the Republicans to say it's both sides. It ain't been both sides.
I don't know if it's been both sides either, though. You know?
Nah. But you know, for some reason, it seemed like the media, it's like they giving the Trump campaign a helping hand for some damn reason. Oh shit, you with me? But and you know, this morning I get up, you know, I like watching Morning Joe in the morning. They done took Morning Joe off. Talk about they don't want nobody, they don't want none of the 24 guests that be on Morning Joe to say nothing inflammatory that'll look bad on the network or whatever the fuck. How you gonna shut a whole program down? Because you know on this program, no matter what you think of them, and the people that be on there, Joe and Mika and Al Sharpton and damn, all of them, they tell it like it is. So you worrying about what they might say, but you ain't getting a fuck about none of the shit he been saying for the past 8 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
His choice of running mate is a very overt bid to shape the Republican Party's future. The runners-up for his running mate were North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. He is 67 years old. The other was Senator Marco Rubio of the great state of Florida. He's 53 years old. But the guy Trump ultimately tapped to be his running mate, the junior U.S. Senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance, is very junior. He is only 39 years old. He will turn 40 next month. Vance was also widely considered to be the most radical choice among all the candidates Trump was reportedly considering, at least in terms of his policy positions and his ideological commitments and alignments. Let's bring in our colleague Chris Hayes, who's been following Trump's decision to pick Ohio Senator Vance as his vice presidential running mate. Chris, I understand you have a guest.
I do. And it's interesting what you said about the sort of radical nature. I think when you look at those three finalists, Burgum, Rubio, and J.D. Vance, there are some political arguments in the short term for each of them, particularly I think Burgum and Rubio. Rubio obviously has a lot of experience in the United States Senate. He's run for president before. He's a very gifted politician. And he also would be a historic pick. He'd be the first Latino to serve as vice president, the first on a ticket. Doug Burgum is someone who has sort of a wealth of executive experience, built this company, was a governor as well. And you could imagine sort of stepping into the role. Vance is neither of those things. What he does bring is a kind of ideological vision. Let's bring in New York Times political correspondent Michael Bender, who has been covering the Veep stakes on the Republican side, and as someone who's been covering this choice, what do you think this signals? What do you think tipped it over to it being Vance?
Yeah, I think this most immediately for Trump is a signal that he sees Vance as his clearest way to win in November, and that the way Trump sees the way to do that is exactly how he did it in 2016 by winning these, breaking the blue wall once again, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and selecting someone from that region who Trump sees as a effective messenger to get that done, and obviously some pretty big signals about what Trump sees as the future of the Republican Party.
You know, there's the regional component here. We should note that Vance is new to electoral politics. He's only run in one race, and he underperformed other Republicans in that race. It was a weird year in a lot of ways, but this is not someone with a sort of long record as a politician, as a public communicator in that role.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, he has a longer record of being anti-Trump, really, than he does pro-Trump. And there were other contenders, Marco Rubio in particular, who has known Trump and worked with Trump for much longer. But as for Trump spent really the past year talking about wanting a running mate who would help him govern in office, someone who could be step in and be a president if called upon. Vance doesn't seem to fit those as much as some of these other contenders do. But we should note that it's really been in the last few weeks that Trump's public statements have shifted on this. And he's added, in addition to governing, he wants someone who can help him win. And what I attribute that to is Trump has some room to run here right now. Biden is in a major crisis on his side of this race. Trump's polls have been pretty good for a while, and to me, this is a very political pick for Trump, and doubling down on how he knows and how he has won before.
All right, Michael Bender, who's a political correspondent for the New York Times, he's been tracking this Veep conversation. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
You know, Rachel, one more note, just, and you noted this before, on the litmus test of would you have done the 2020 coup, which of course is the thing that fundamentally is the reason that Donald Trump needs a new running mate, because his previous running mate, the man who served him as vice president, refused to end the constitutional republic, to topple it or attempt to topple it. J.D. Vance is on the record as saying yes. He's given an interview on a Sunday show where he said, yes, I would have voted, I would have done exactly what President Trump wanted Mike Pence to do and, quote, didn't have the guts to do, and I would have done that and let Congress, quote, fight it out.
First of all,
Yeah.
okay, like you said, it was Marco Rubio and the other white guy, right?
I told you your man wasn't in no kind of consideration.
You keep talking about him. It's only been 3 for the last 4 weeks, bro. It been Marco Rubio, the white one, and the dude with the beard.
Yeah. Not up to last week. Up to last week, he said Tim Scott. Trump said it himself. Tim Scott still had a chance. I knew it was a lie, though.
So what I'm saying is, by him not picking Marco Rubio, first of all, Marco Rubio is more of a motherfucking politician, first of all. And once he get into those situations that Mike Pence was in, he gonna be a politician. So, and the same thing for the other dude. And on top of that, all three of them was anti-Trump. But what got Main Man in is he don't want no abortion rights for anything, even incest, rape, anything, nothing. No abortion.
Part of it.
That's one example. The man gets shot in his ear. Yesterday, he posted a motherfucking joint on X saying Democrats did it, Biden did it,
yep.
And now he the vice president nominee. Simple as that.
A little bit more to it than that. Got to look a little bit deeper. The job of a vice president, when you pick your vice presidents need to bring something to the table. That's why Tim Scott and Byron Donalds was on the list. He thought they was on the list and probably would have got it if they could have bought a significant number of black votes, which wasn't going to happen. Marco Rubio, if he could have increased the Hispanic vote, Marco Rubio might have been it.
I don't know what the word coon for Spanish with people, but he one of those for them.
I don't know. El Cuno. I don't know.
You know,
but what to me, what I think is why he picked another. Basically, he picked his mini me because he needed to show up the base. That was a base pick. That was about getting MAGA out. You got a completely MAGA ticket. So what he's hoping is with that,
get as many white people.
All MAGA is coming to he's telling all MAGA to bring your ass out to the polls on election day.
All right. That's what I've been saying since day 8. All he want. He don't care about trying to get people in the joint. He just want as many as this motherfucking MAGAs out there. And he feel like that's enough. He had 77 million last time. So he feel like if he just could get them hype, riled up, their ass out there, they gonna be good to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what his calculations is. So what he did was pick a motherfucker that was actually a MAGA. Now you can't say
It's a all
Marco
MAGA.
Rubio. You can't say Marco Rubio is a MAGA, right?
Nope.
You can't say the other dude was a MAGA, right?
Nope.
So that eliminated both of them. And then again,
And he wasn't a MAGA.
and then again, shit.
He was a never Trumper. He started out as a
Yeah,
never Trumper.
okay. He could
All
be a
the
never
shit he done
Trumper.
said about Trump.
But he don't want no exception for rape. None. Zero.
Right.
Zilch.
He don't want no substance for rape,
So,
incest, and
what we
nothing.
talking
But
about
it ain't all about
Right.
that evil.
Shit.
But you know,
So we
that's
talking
only
about a
part
ticket.
of it.
We got Trump saying, I don't know nothing about no abortion. I just put it to the states. But he pick a vice president that say you point blank. None of that. No exceptions for nothing.
He's saying no. This
That's a
motherfucker-
MAGA.
Look, he hardcore.
Hold on,
He
hold on.
hardcore to
They
the
got
bone.
another MAGA. Here, motherfucker that says Trump joint was stolen. And
He
that
agreed
joint was
with-
false. False. The whole motherfucker election. That's 2. 3. January 6th. He said they patriots. All this make him fucking MAGA. Whether he at the beginning was not with Trump or not. He a MAGA.
I didn't say that. He hardcore. He is Trump's. He's Trump's mini me. Basically, that's just what he is. It's Trump's mini me, and it's an all MAGA ticket. Now, this is the problem. This is going to be the problem. We know that MAGA, let's say MAGA's 51% of the Republican Party. Hardcore MAGA. So you got that. You know, you already got that. Is you get 51% of the Republican Party is not enough to win a general election. Because with this dude is straight hardcore on women's rights. Man, this dude came out and said that if a woman is in an abusive relationship, if she's in a violent relationship, that she should stay in it for the sake of the kids. Women ain't getting behind this dude, especially his views on abortion and all this other shit.
Bro, they don't want no women. They don't give a fuck about women on this ticket. It's clear now. That's clear.
Whoa. But you got the women that was willing to hold their nose and vote for this dude. You're gonna lose some of that because look, this is a race where you can't afford, when it comes to your base, you can't afford to lose nobody. You can't afford to lose none of your base because he's not gonna bring he already got a problem with independence. He's not going to bring independence, especially with his views on everything. Everything that independents go for, he against. He just brought on a problem.
No. He ain't bringing no problem.
He brought on a problem.
He did exactly what I knew he was gonna do. Double down on whiteness. He gonna get as many white people out as possible. That's racist, pigs, or sympathetic to what he want. Period. And he don't give a fuck about people in the middle. He don't give a fuck about black people. He gonna discourage y'all, throw some cookies out there and see how many y'all can slip over so he can fuck Biden up. That's the only reason he can do that. And other than that, he don't give a fuck if you vote for him or not. He's not gonna give you anything that goes to your life as a black person. Period. He's gonna want you to vote for him as a man.
You already know that.
He wants you to vote for him. And then
you already know that.
You don't get nothing but punish you and your fucking family. Period. And then when he added him on, you can't tell me. This man don't want Social Security.
Don't want nothing. Medicare, nothing.
Bruh.
He's against.
That's why he was picked. He more of a MAGA than fucking motherfucking Trump.
I told you, he's Trump mini me.
That's why he there. Then he had nerve to write a motherfucking book called Hillbilly. Yeah. Listen, all right, first of all, he used to go on the motherfucking interviews doing that shit about talking about this motherfucking book, right? And in that interview, he did say he don't support Trump, right?
He talking about Trump like a dog.
But he said he don't support Trump when he was talking about this book. But then on the flip side, he said he understand why his people, hillbillies, are falling to him, right?
You know why they follow him.
Now, it's funny because he called himself a hillbilly, but he graduated from Yale. Then we can talk about that later. I don't know how those two things go together.
Smart hillbilly. Yeah, you're smart hillbilly.
Yeah, ain't that something? That's a funny way to do that. Ain't it?
All hillbillies ain't dumb.
This nigga went to
Most
Yale.
of 'em maybe, but all hillbillies ain't dumb.
You ain't no hillbilly if you in Yale, bro.
Convention in his hometown, especially amid all the new heightened concerns about security. Mayor Cavalier Johnson is just ahead. We've got much more to get to tonight. Stay with us.
Ain't no way that you a hillbilly.
Hillbillies that made it out. Bill Clinton is a hillbilly.
No. We
Bill
talking
Clinton
about,
is a hillbilly.
talking about up in the middle of Ohio, up in the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying, bro? We talking about niggas come out with no teeth, fucking cousins, and all types of shit. That's why this motherfucker say. That's why your man say no exceptions, because he already used to the ancest shit. That's nothing to him. So you get it, ancest or rape, whatever. He don't give a fuck. You have to have the baby. Period. You know what I'm saying? That he used to that hillbilly shit.
Look, he just a hillbilly that made it out. But the dude, this ticket is to the extreme. It's extreme, and it has no
Now it is
no way of coming back to the middle, because usually after the conventions, you can, during the primary, you a campaign all the way to the left, or you campaign all the way to the right. Then after the conventions, you usually, by the time the general election come around, you bring some of that shit back to the middle so you can get them voters back down the middle. You can't bring this ticket back to the middle. You can't bring this ticket nowhere. You can't even bring this ticket a mile back down the road, because they so fucking far right. This shit is extreme.
Oh yeah. And in his book, he says his grandmother, set his grandfather on fucking fire.
That's what hillbillies do.
The auntie tried to
I know some black women that set a nigga to,
and the auntie had to put the shit out. And then he eventually went to live with his motherfucking Nana, right? Now, first of all, we got a vice president pick for the Republican Party who grandmother attempted murder. Literally attempted murder. His grandfather, bro. And he literally put that in a fucking book.
Hey.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey.
Attempted murder.
Yeah.
Ain't that? Hey, I don't know. You tell me the grounds of attempted murder. You set a match on them up for gasoline and throw some match on them? What is that? Is that attempted murder? Oh, we just cooking out today. You know what I'm saying? Nah, this man literally is the vice president. This is who this motherfucker picked. He already a racist pig. It's already to the side. But he picked somebody that enhances the racist pigness. That more with the racist pigness.
Did you think anything else? Did you think he was gonna pick anything other but then the whitest, lily whitest motherfucker he could find? It wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen.
Look, make it so bad. Make it so bad, bro. Look, the man got shot in his ear, right?
He don't give a fuck.
Tony told, we came on live that day. Check it out. You can catch our in a moment's thoughts, right? And we told y'all then, fuck him. We really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because all we're doing is telling you that we've been telling y'all about this shit for years and years. And it sounds like y'all want to hear us. If it take him to lose a fucking ear for y'all to hear us about gun violence and guns in our street, okay, let this bitch ass nigga lose an ear. And on the other hand, if he would have got shot in his head that night, there's no way on earth anybody, half of the people on earth, in America, gave a fuck. As you can see now, nobody give a fuck.
Nobody
gave a fuck. This nigga got shot in his ear. Literally, it ain't changed one vote, and he just got shot in his ear. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a fuck about him. If they don't wake up and realize nobody give a fuck about him at all, to more Democrats. Only people give a fuck about him is white people, period. And I think Biden himself, right? If I was his campaign manager, we always do this, say we campaign managers, right? But if I was a campaign manager, right, I would talk directly to MAGAs after this man got shot in his ear. Because I guarantee you 30% of MAGAs, right, already is sick of motherfucking Trump talking stupid shit, cussing, and all this bullshit. They sick of it, right? No. And to them, if he can stop doing that, they want him to stop doing that. You feel me?
Nah.
Which is the craziest thing. You supporting somebody, you want him to stop being a pig. Like, ain't that funny?
I see where you coming from, but the wife of that dude that got killed at the rally she just showed me what it's all about with MAGA. It don't matter with MAGA. Anytime your husband got killed at this rally of a dude you support, and the president of the United States, Joe Biden, calls you to offer his condolences, to offer you his sympathies, whatever, and you decline the call, talking about my husband supported Trump, and I don't think he would want me to accept the call. That's who I'm gonna vote for. Okay, that's cool if you felt that way. But the problem with it is Trump ain't called you either. Trump ain't called you at all. Trump ain't called you to say, damn, how you doing? Can you need some help? I know it was, hey, the bullet missed me and killed your husband. I know your cousin got killed by a bullet meant for me. It didn't do none of that shit.
I get what you're saying.
And look,
but
they dug in.
You gotta be careful with that.
They
because
dug in.
Even though they don't really give a fuck, he know how to do stage and craft. Somewhere between now and Thursday, he gonna come with the idea of, hey, bring in the people that got shot. After all this time, not even thinking about them. Like you just said, Biden already called them. You know what I'm saying? And even though they ain't reset that, Trump didn't, right? So that's why I always say, if you could just talk directly to a MAGA, right? And talk directly to him, say, hey, I understand you support Trump, right? But at this point in time, we need America to be united, first of all, and move in forward, not backwards, right? And then go into detail of things he done that they've been touched with, literally. And I think he should have a town hall with MAGAs. Let them scream for 20, 30 minutes at the beginning, and then get into detail with them and tell them, okay, I did this, such and such, on $35 insulin. Boom. Let's talk about that. Who on this table that touched? Boom. You talking to MAGAs, you know what I'm saying? And I think he just go direct, just like Trump trying to talk to us and we don't want to hear him. He should go to the motherfucking MAGAs and try it. Just peel off some of them. You could take off some of them. Some of them you could take off by just, they feel like they know Trump is wrong and foul and is a pig, and they just want him to stop doing it, right? You just pick some of those off.
It's
same way you trying with black people.
Good idea.
You gotta be aggressive,
but it ain't gonna work because if Biden was to try to have a town hall with some MAGA morons, first of all, most of them probably ain't gonna show, and then the ones that do show is gonna try to come with gotcha questions, or they're gonna try to argue them down or whatever. It ain't gonna.
I know what you're saying. But if he talk directly to him and give him just facts, don't even get into debates with him. There's no reason to debate. We just talking. And I'm just discussing you what I've done, and you tell me, is this touching your life or not? And I'm gonna tell you, these things will be erased if he president, even though you love him. You feel me? And that's how I feel like you got to go at these people. I guarantee he can shave off 10% of them, or make them stay home, make them don't vote for him.
Them ain't the ones he need to go for. The ones he got to go for is because you're not. Look, MAGA is dug in. MAGA dug in.
I don't believe that, bro. I really believe some of them motherfuckers is not. They don't. They just not this mean as him. They love him or everything. They want him to stop this shit.
Trump told you he could shoot somebody in the middle of the street and not lose not one supporter. He was right. He didn't got convicted of what 34.
Yeah, I get it. He got convicted of 34 counts, But at the same time, those people gonna still vote for him, all that stuff, right? But at one time, sometime Biden have to engage with him. Just engage with him, just like me and you do. And you know what happened when we engage with them? They don't know what the hell they talking about. Half of them don't know what half the shit that Trump has even said out of his fucking mouth. Half of them don't even know the shit that Trump support. They just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, or motherfucking hers, she should go up to motherfucking and be like, look, have a round table with 3 MAGAs, right? And just talk to them. Just find MAGAs that want to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Not MAGAs that want to argue like Candace Owens or some motherfucking bullshit. You feel me? They out there, bro. And I just know that some of them just feel like he's a disaster. But they still support him anyway, like he said, you know? But I don't know. I just think in the end, you have to motherfucking engage, not engage with them saying, vote for me, engage. Just engage and just give them facts. Give them something to eat. Give them something to go home with. You know what I'm saying? And when Main Man say something in the next motherfucking rally, if he not get shot in his ear or nothing, if he next thing he say, you'll just be like, hold on. He said this, and let me look this up. At least it starts the conversation, bro. Instead of you just listening to Trump. You know what I'm saying? When you sit in your situation and you just listen to Trump, that's just putting you in a no-win situation because you just listen to somebody that's not trying to give you facts. And you just blindly listening to him, and that right there is what the problem is. When people blindly listen to motherfuckers and knowing, me and you know that half of that shit is lies. You know what I'm saying? And then I just think talking to them will make it, just let them know that first of all, you're an American, I care about you, right? I understand you're a Republican. Some of you are not even Republicans. You just MAGA because you love Trump. And that's how some of them are. And you got to tap into them.
Trump, prosperity, Biden, inflation. No Trump Vance signs, at least not yet. But you know those are coming. You know those are on the way. And while there is celebration here, I want to walk you back over this way. There is also, of course,
you gotta go
mind,
after every vote.
what happened just
and you got to talk to them too. But the ones you definitely got to talk to the ones that's capable of voting in another direction, because we already know at least I'm gonna say, I usually say 50, I'll say 51% of the party is Trump, is MAGA. So you got to go after that 49% to get some of that 49% that ain't MAGA. You ain't gonna get them all, but if you can get a decent amount, you good. Because these motherfuckers run around here. I just seen a motherfucker say that they got 27% of the black vote. Ain't no way in 4 hells you got 27% of the black vote.
Now, right here is a point where I just think, like I told y'all that day when he got shot in his ear, is you gotta move on. You gotta keep going at him. You cannot. This is what me and Tony disagreed at. I was like, man, you got no way to stop, right? This is why you don't stop. They ain't stop. You gotta realize Republicans don't give a. They low down. If he would literally got shot and killed yesterday, they would still came back and turned it like they did. Democrats did it. You feel me? Now, when you do that, when you say stuff like that, and you gonna act like that's not the reason why the talking and all that is at a high pitch, you dumb. For you to just jump out after this nigga gets shot in his ear and say, you know what? I think that because Biden administration did. Like everything Biden administration put him in 34 counts. Biden administration stole motherfucking documents. Like, come on, man. Y'all can't be this fucking dumb at some point. You know what I'm saying?
But some of them are.
Everything, the rape cases, the fraudulent cases, the schools, the fucking water, like everything is everybody else did it to him. Like, come on, bruh. What party? Somebody wake up.
You said earlier, doubling down on his MAGA credentials,
Yeah,
and
that
also
was man
saying,
Tony just said.
I'm building
Doubling
these
down
goals meant to
on
see
Mac
the future. This
with
is
this
not
motherfucker.
necessarily an
Now I'm mad.
electoral pick like a
Fuck him
Senator
getting shot in
Rubio,
his ear.
some
I don't even talk about that.
allies would say, but instead,
Because he don't give a
really
fuck.
about
His agenda is to
and
fuck
expanding
the
the
culture.
MAGA base.
Fuck Trump, bro.
We have is
And
true.
he just made it clear.
But if we do see
Real
President
clear
Trump
that he
tonight,
don't
it is
give a
going to
fuck
be the
about
first
getting shot in
time
the ear.
that anyone has seen.
His plan is to make it hard for motherfucking black people and motherfucking immigrants. And if you're not white and a man, period. I don't give a fuck if I shot my ear, my toe. If I'm still here, this is what I want to do.
Let me ask you a question.
I just want to give a fuck about him.
If you just think about it, and we can go back into the beginning of our back and forth with, look, it was always going to be somebody like JD Vance. It had to be, because he can't afford to lose none of his base. He couldn't pick Tim Scott unless he could justify Tim Scott or Byron Donalds by getting a significant portion of the black vote. Because his base is racist. They're not going to vote for a black guy. Okay. The same with Marco Rubio. Rubio's of Spanish descent. How are you going to put somebody on a ticket when you want to send half his peoples out the country as soon as you get in office? So unless he could bring something to justify, he wasn't going to be on the ticket, because his base don't fuck with Hispanics. The same with Nikki Haley. They don't want no woman nowhere in charge of nothing. That's why no woman was going to never be on the ticket. It always had to be somebody, it always had to be a Trump clone. It wasn't going to be nobody like, what's the motherfucker he tried to have killed? Mike Pence. Mike Pence, he could use somebody on the ticket like Mike Pence, because it balances out the ticket, and he will bring some people that's skeptical of Trump to say, well, damn, at least he got Mike Pence there. He can't say that no more, because he damn near had him rubbed out. So he was left but a mini-me. He was left with a clone of himself. And why did Biden come out this evening, and when they asked him about JD Vance, he said, yeah, Trump picked a clone of himself. But it always gonna have to be somebody like him, because he don't got nobody else, and he got to hold on to his base for him to have any chance on election day. He got to have his base. If he lose any of his base, he toast.
Because there have been so many headlines, it's hard to keep them straight. But I think that it gets to this point, which is we do not know how that attempted assassination will impact the campaign overall. We know that image, as you say, Tom, the former president himself has called it iconic.
Oh, let's stop right there. They are stuck on saying we still don't know what the attempted assassination will do. They actually think votes was about to change for this. They really think that they're gonna wait a couple of weeks for that to happen, bro. They seriously think that. It's not a person in this world that was not voting for Trump before. He gets shot in his ear and say, you know what? I ain't voting for this pig. Why? That don't even make any sense.
Why?
And everybody that was already voting for him, gonna vote for him. Like, what are we talking about here? That gun, that joint ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay, you're right about one thing. Everybody that's voting for him going to vote for him. But the hope was, this was their hope. The hope was that Crooks, whatever his name is, would have been Antifa, a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat, a Biden supporter. They would have, that's what they would have.
Oh, it'd been crazy.
You could have pushed that, because you could have pushed that out there, that the Dems are violent, this, that, and the third, that the Democrats tried to kill Donald Trump, and you try to sway some voters that way. But when it came out that this motherfucker's a Republican and one of their own, crickets, you don't hear, they don't even try, the media don't even, that is a big damn problem. I mean, a big damn issue. Dude was a Republican. They walked around the day and went door to door in his neighborhood talking to neighbors. The neighbors said this motherfucker had Trump signs on their lawn. So he's a Trump supporter. He's a Trump lover. He's a gun lover. He's a gun lover that shot this motherfucker with an AK-47. I mean, an AR-15 style rifle. But that people like me, you, been on podcasts like this and on mainstream media for the longest time saying these weapons ain't got no business in the street.
Nope. Everything
that basically they thought would work for him for an argument of we can put this out there, it got flushed down the fucking toilet. He's a Republican gun lover. He was wearing a t-shirt of a gun loving club, the demolitions, whatever the fuck it was.
Exactly. And that's why I say it's not even equivalent. When motherfuckers say, well, Biden said Trump is a danger to bruh, that's not even the same level of these people talking about, bruh. Like he just pointed out a situation. You can't even say that's the same thing. And then on top of that, he do want to change the democracy. That's not even hyperbole. He actually is doing that. Like, come on, bruh. Not the shit they saying. Like, you know what? Trump, when he get assassinated, Biden did it. When assassinated Tip, Biden and them did it. When he get in jail, Biden did it. That makes people out there stirred up that want to kill Biden. And on the flip side, when Trump stir these motherfucking MAGAs up, right? When you stir motherfucking teapots up, you don't know what you're stirring up no more. You're stirring up somebody just anger. And then once a motherfucker get angry, even though he's on your team, you do one thing wrong, he'll bite your ass. Now, you got Trump back.
You brought up a good point.
Hold on. You got Trump backtracking on a lot of shit lately, right? And some of the MAGA motherfuckers gotta feel some of this. Like, hold on, bro. You my nigga. What are we doing? Like on abortion, he took it out of platform, right? People see this and like, what's going on? These are people that love him. He got to realize when you rile people up, you don't know which way this motherfucker gonna shoot. And guns don't have no name on them. All black mamas tell black kids. Them bullets ain't got no names on them, my guy. None.
Boy, them bullets ain't got no name on them. What's wrong with you? You better get low. Hey, no, but you brought up a good point. And this is the point. This is a good point you made. When you said that, that's my girl Donna Brazil. When you said how they're going around saying that Biden is getting Trump locked up, Biden putting all these charges on Trump, he getting all these charges because of Biden. Imagine, and that shit work, and in some cases that shit is working. But imagine how loud that would be if the shooter turned out to be a Democrat or Biden supporter.
Oh man, it'd been all she wrote.
Because they got a lot of So
that's my problem with it, because it's a Republican. Man, to me, I'm thinking he signed himself. He only 20. So I'm thinking in general, he just signed himself up as a Republican and started up because he loved Trump. But most of these people were not Republicans. They just like Trump and they MAGAs. So I'm thinking somewhere along the line, Republicans and Trump made him mad somewhere. That he went so gun-ho with them, and somewhere in the line, as they always do, lie. Even lie to you MAGAs. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck.
2024. So he voted in voted in 2022. So he voted in the midterms. So
he probably wasn't even trying to vote. He just loved Trump, probably. Vote money probably wasn't even his thing.
He was 20, so he had just turned 18. He was a first-time voter. So yeah. But even if they talked to his little buddies, they said he was conservative and he was a Trump lover.
Anybody know we talking about?
So somewhere along the line, he got disillusioned.
The person tried to assassinate Trump. That's who we talking about right now. Which is crooks. Now, I don't know, man. That shit. People don't understand what's going on now. Let's explain this. What's going on now for people that's why we here. Come think of Hood View Politics. What's going on now is every state in United States, right, including us here in DC, and we need some representation, but that's another topic. all states now, y'all remember everybody ran for president. Trump ran for president, Biden ran for president. They ran in their own Republican Party and Democratic Party, right? Them two came out as the winners. They beat the other people in their parties, right? So now they are not the nominee yet until this happens. What's going on now? What's going on now is every state that they went around when they was campaigning and won, those states have to now come up and verbally say, this state is now for such and such, right? Yeah. So now that solidifies all the shit that they did during the campaign. Now it's solidified. Now that brings me to another point. This is where Democrat people, the elites and the assholes, want to step in and take away all the votes and all that and tell you that Biden needs to step out and stick somebody else in during this process. So everybody understand this is just a process what they do. Every state come in and just say, like, you got 15 delegates. My state sends Donald J. Trump for president. That's it. This is what is going on now. It's being solidified. And on January 6th, this is what they try to stop. Just keep putting points in. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got something to say about it? Trump, oh, go ahead. You good?
That is what this election represents for all of us who have been forgotten over the last 4 years. Hope. We need God in our hearts and Donald Trump back in the White House. If you're watching tonight and you hear your own story and mine, Donald Trump put me on this stage to show that he hears us, he sees us, and we are forgotten no more. I find peace in God's promise that says, if my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray, I will heal your nation. Amen. With faith, hope, and love in my heart, I know we will make America great again.
Bruh, you still trying to make America great? What's wrong with y'all?
United States Senator Katie Britt of Alabama.
You have been listening.
You may tell me he's president for 4 years and you still trying to find this great America day? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I want to bring you to a couple of folks from the state where Sarah now lives. This is Stacy. You are an Arizona delegate. Stacy, what did you think of her speech?
I thought it was very moving, and I can relate to it.
She wouldn't listen to that hoe.
It's affected your life as well.
Well, yes, under Donald Trump, I served at Ground Zero. I was originally from New York and moved to Arizona for health reasons. Under Donald Trump, we were given some of the best health care.
Oh my God.
Under the
please correct her, lady.
Current administration.
Lady.
We were given subpar medical care.
Who?
A lot of us are fighting for medicines. And
what?
so I can relate to what she's saying. You know, she talks about how Trump hears us. President Trump does hear us. And he does care about us. He cares about the regular American person.
Stacey, thank you so much for talking.
See, Stacey, no, you're not supposed to let Stacey go off with that bullshit. She just rambled off. First of all, the veterans are getting way more money now than they ever did in history. I don't know who the fuck veteran she on. It's not America. First. Second, Trump ain't do shit for no veterans. He didn't give a fuck about a veteran or a soldier. What the fuck planet y'all on?
Trump Vance ticket. Talk us through your reporting as you've been here at the convention.
Right. I think that this is a moment here where you're looking at the number of just battleground states. Let's just start off on that, right? If you're Donald Trump and you're able to win Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, you win the election here. And that is where, you know, if you're talking about Arizona and Georgia, of course, those are places where Donald Trump lost in 2020. But if you're the Trump team and the Biden teams here, you are looking at the fact that there's sort of a hodgepodge collection of states. If you win a couple of them, you can pull off the election. That is where Ohio, nailing down Ohio is going to be crucial for them. And so I think that that is where, you know, having folks in conversations here, having somebody from the Midwest, much like a former vice president, Mike Pence, when
persona non grata here, I think, on these grounds.
Absolutely. But 8 years ago, we were having the same conversation. Selecting a governor from Indiana, from the Midwest, would bring some legitimacy to people from Wisconsin and Michigan to have somebody that would reflect more of their values, right? And so J.D. Vance, author of Hillbilly Elegy, somebody who's now served for a year and a half in the U.S. Senate representing Ohio, Midwest state. 8 years later, he's going the same sort of route that he did the first time that it worked for him.
One of the things that's so interesting about a convention like this, Vaughn, is that, as you can see, we have access to the floor. We're trying to be respectful. Vaughn, walk with me and stay out of people's way. But you can chat with a lot of different folks. And that includes, of course, the former president's children. They have been out here on the floor. You saw Eric Trump take Donald Trump, so to speak, over the top.
Bro, if you black in here, I know you feel like an asshole. But I'm gonna let that slide. They're gonna have a black night in this Republican Party, where you're gonna have the same two boo-boo the fools that been running around this motherfucker trying to talk to people in fucking barbershops looking like dummies. Then you got Scott. Then you got another motherfucking idiot that says everybody should be shot. And he black. Then you got motherfucking Amber Rose dumbass acting like she black. And that's what y'all had for the Republican Party. They represent black people. Are y'all fucking serious? Y'all fucking serious though. Really. Let's be serious though. Amber fucking Rose. Tim Scott? Nah, come on, man. Y'all not even being serious.
We'll see you in just a second.
This is what I mean about these jackasses, bro. This is the whole party. And then again, this is what I wanted to say too. It is not about Trump running around here running from shit or saying, oh, I'm about to start talking about unity now. It ain't even, fuck this nigga, bro. He's a bitch. Period. Orange pig demon. Period. He just picked the vice president and just made it fucking clear to everybody walking around America that this is a MAGA ticket, bro. This is not a Republican ticket. This is a MAGA ticket. The man will be 40 years old in a few months. He don't want no abortions under no circumstances, not even incest or rape. This is the vice president he just picked. The vice president he just picked also is a January 6th denier. The vice president he just picked. So January 6th ain't happening to him. Right? So let's say the race is close and they do the same jackass shit they did on January 6th. Instead of Mike Pence, this jackass fool sitting there. Do he do what Trump want him to do? And steal a fucking election or not? Simple. Real simple. We on steal mode. Me personally, I think he stole the joint from Hillary. All these fake ass elector things, that wasn't new. He ain't just thinking that on Biden. He did that shit on Hillary too. I know he did. He used that fake elector shit. I guarantee he did that shit with Hillary too. All that fake shit he did on Biden, he ain't just thinking that on the fly, bruh. He tested that shit with Hillary. He did that shit. He stole Hillary's election. Hillary wasn't dumb, bruh. He stole it by the margins, which is cool. This man been running for president for 9 years. The only person that Republicans has put up as their nominee for the last 3 presidential cycles is Donald Trump. They have nobody else. And he just MAGA. So it comes down to whether he gets ear shot off, his toe shot the fuck off. If the bitch ass nigga is still gonna run to implement shit that fucked me and my culture up, fuck that bitch ass pig. And there's no grace period since these motherfuckers still doing politics. After you get your ear shot, you would think motherfuckers step back for a minute. We take a breather. No, these motherfuckers still swinging. Fuck y'all. And now Democrats should stop and give a fuck about this nigga ear. Fuck him. He ain't give a fuck about no black kids getting shot in our areas for the last decade. He ain't give a fuck. When he's president, he really don't give a fuck now. Second Amendment, it's his shit. So fuck the guns killing black people. That's the only thing he give a fuck about. So he ain't taking care of that at all. He don't give a fuck. Fuck him. I'm glad he didn't get shot in his fucking ear. Now he get it. Now he feel how I feel. I've been shot too, nigga. Fuck you. Just like nobody ever fuck about you after you get shot. Nobody give a fuck about me. Fuck wrong with these niggas, bruh. The only thing I like about this whole situation is this pig cracker billionaire get to go through a black man track. And then we go in the polls and blow his ass out of the water. He will went through a year of seeing how black people live, my nigga. 34 counts, shot in your fucking ear. Fuck you. That's how niggas been doing this whole time. That's why we've been trying to tell y'all Republicans we need something done. But have fun with your ear. The same way we lose our kids in our fucking streets. Fuck you in your ear. And all those pigs, they bring it on TV. Oh, yeah, I was in the crowd. Oh, yeah. Good people. And he's a firefighter. No, fuck them too. They was there supporting this pig. Nobody gets away with nothing no more. Fuck y'all. Because y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all got the right motherfucker now. I don't give a fuck either. I know a lot of people murdered, shot by guns. We've been trying to tell y'all that shit in our black community. Fuck him getting shot in his ear. Now he get it. Guess they gonna lock the motherfuckers up, parents up, main man up, all that up. But when we tell y'all that it's black culture, y'all don't give a fuck. It's Second Amendment to you till your ear gets shot the fuck off. Then it's, oh, how the hell he get that? No, fuck you. You ain't been listening to us. You ain't give a fuck. Don't listen now, motherfucker. We got Biden to take care of it. It's too late. Go put a bandage on that ear. And you and this motherfucking redneck you pick, guess what? We ready for y'all too. We got the black lady for him. Fuck him. He's a hillbilly redneck. MAGA pig. Just like motherfucking Trump. Fuck both of them. Period. Now, get riled up, fuck with these pigs, bro. Appreciate everybody, bro. Oh, we got a pig on TV. Pig alert, pig alert, pig alert. Pig alert. Pig, coon.
In failing schools,
Look.
thousands shot every single year, including one of my former interns, Daquan. But there's good news. It's conservative values that restores hope. It's Republican policies that lifts people up. I partnered with the greatest president of my generation, President Donald J. Trump.
This dumb black fool do not believe that, bro.
People and single moms and opportunity zones for neighborhoods that need them most. But Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they give illegal immigrants free hotel rooms.
Here we go. See, that's why I say he got shot in his ear. Y'all want Biden to say, "I'm lying." What about your words? Fuck y'all.
Trump secured our border once, and Donald Trump will secure it again. This November,
that's how we live.
This November, we are not deciding simply the fate for the next 4 years. We're setting a course for the next 40 years.
Cool life is good, baby.
I see our heartland filled with
Cool
huge
life, baby.
American factories, powered by abundant American
Cool life
energy,
is good, baby.
building
Cool
what
life.
America needs, creating generational wealth for blue-collar workers. You see,
Me and you got to step out there.
we are the Republican Party of Frederick Douglass and of Abraham Lincoln, of Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump.
The worst president is almost 50.
But we,
besides the pig, racist pigs that is holding us in slavery.
4 more years.
What about those?
I love it.
You won't go on, King.
Awesome.
Come to your wife. There's no more wife and you ain't vice president no more.
Are not simply the party of our leaders. We are all.
Wait a minute. Bruh, you said people getting murdered in the streets with guns. You skipped completely over that. You just said that and then the greatest president. Like what? That because there's no solutions from your bitch ass. And you black. Your community is getting murdered the most with fucking guns. We talking about kids, you bitch ass, chick tooth, bitch ass, MAGA ass, fool. Kids being murdered in the streets, black kids, the color of you, you punk. The color of you. And you get up there and the fucking, oh my God.
Donald J. Trump.
You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
Bless America.
You should be ashamed of yourself. For real. You should be ashamed of yourself. Very ashamed. Very ashamed, coon alert. Yo, it's a coon too.
We were just listening to Senator Tim Scott there. A quick reminder, Senator Scott, who ran against former President Donald Trump. I had the chance to sit down with him when he announced his candidacy, and now up on the first night delivering his speech in support of the president, the new ticket. Joining me now is Florida Congressman Mike Waltz, someone who has served our country, and we thank you for your service, sir. How excited were you when you heard that Senator J.D. Vance was going to be the running mate here, someone who also served?
Well, look, I'm co-chair of the party platform with Senator Marsha Blackburn, We introduced the platform today based on the working man and woman, the forgotten man and woman. J.D. Vance's story embodies that. And then selfishly, I'm thrilled to see a veteran on the ticket, a Marine. So Semper Fi to all those Marines out there.
We are right here by the Florida delegation here on the convention floor, right?
All right.
Representative, were you upset that your own senator, Marco Rubio, did not get selected?
Well, look, I'm of course biased to my own senator. He's a great senator, Marco Rubio. But what I think was really on display with everybody on the short list is what a bench of thoughtful, serious members, senators, governors, people of all walks of life that we have.
Has Senator Vance been tested though? I mean, he hasn't been in office very long. He's a neophyte to politics. Yeah. Do you think he has what it takes to be commander in chief?
But look, I think that's what you got to appreciate. He hasn't been in office for decades and decades, so he really can't come in as an outsider. The president has to be comfortable with his VP. I think they'll fit hand in glove.
I do want to ask you, since you served in the military, special forces as well, how upset were you with what happened on Saturday? There's been a lot of focus on the Secret Service. How could they have let that area just outside of the perimeter go unguarded?
Yeah, I can tell you that shot 150 yards, you got to do 300 yards just to get out of basic training. That's a chip shot in terms of shooting. Something clearly failed. I have agents reaching out to me saying that the campaign was denied the resources that they asked for. They were given some.
We have reporting
services saying, yeah, we gave them resources. But if you give 2 and they ask for 20, you're kind of splitting hairs.
I hear you. We also have our own reporting that The Secret Service themselves added additional resources to the Trump campaign. They knew that there was going to be a lot of campaigning, and so they added those resources. But we were also asking questions why they did not provide people in that outside perimeter, which was completely unguarded.
What I'm being told by agents directly with direct knowledge is that they were relying on local law enforcement because they didn't have all the agents that they need to handle the frequency of these rallies. And keep in mind, you also have Iranian threats on top of the domestic threats. Trump is not a standard former president, and he should not just have a standard former president package. And I think that's what we're going to find out is going to be the Delta.
Before we go, former President Trump is expected to make an appearance. It'll be the first time we see him up close after losing a part of his ear, almost losing his life. What do you think is going to happen here on the convention floor?
Oh, I think the roof is going to come off of this place. I really do, because, I've seen men and women get shot at in combat. You either duck and hide and seek cover, or you stand in the face of it. Your basic instincts come out, and his number one instinct was to tell the crowd in the country, I'm okay.
Congressman Mike Waltz from the great state of Florida. Congressman, we thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hallie, I'm going to send it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Tom. I appreciate it. We are in the thick of it here, and I want to just show you a little bit as there's a bit of a break. As you've talked about the tone of this convention, the way that things tend to go in these critical moments. And I'm here with a couple of people who we know well, including our NBC News analyst, Mark Short, who's joining us now. And Mark, what's so interesting, I was talking with Vaughn as we're waiting to hear now from, of course, Virginia's Glenn Youngkin. You as a Virginian, I think, know the state. You know the politics of a state like that. Talk through the anticipation for what Youngkin might say, the messaging here. He is somebody who at one point was considered to be rumored to be running for president himself. As we talk about that so-called next generation of people holding the MAGA mantle, how do you see Youngkin fitting into that?
Well, I think 3 years ago, Glenn won, and I think what is a decidedly blue state now. I don't actually think Virginia is much of a swing state, but Glenn showed a pathway forward. And I think as Donald Trump looks to expand the map, whether it's Minnesota or Virginia, Glenn is a good person who can speak into that moment. And I think obviously he's a very popular governor in a state that has continued to drift further and further left.
There's also, of course, the dynamics of the person who was last on the Trump ticket, and that is your former boss, Mike Pence. Persona non grata here at this convention, presumably, after his falling out with former President Trump. How do you see the Pence legacy, if you will, living on in this room, which is very much Donald Trump's room?
Oh, I think his legacy is going to be secure. I think Mike was always a strong conservative. He was selected because of his support among Tea Party conservatives, but ultimately he held true to his oath to the Constitution. And I think that he'll be remembered fondly by that.
Do you see any similarities between J.D. Vance and Mike Pence?
I don't think there are many similarities. I think that J.D. Vance drifts the party in a far more populist direction, not a conservative direction. And he certainly opined on TV that Mike Pence did the wrong thing on January 6th. So I think he's chosen to go a different direction.
Well, and speaking to where the party is at this moment, Mark, thank you very much. We're going to come back with more from Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin as we pick up our special coverage of the RNC right after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come.
There's a couple things here. If you watch the motherfucking Republican, whatever the fuck they doing here, you watch their joint, all you're gonna get is people saying stuff that's just not true. It's just like, can we have a debate of ideas about the issues? Can we just have that? We can never have that with Republicans because everything is a spin machine. Everything is for the base. It's like you can't have a conversation with y'all jackasses, bro. Like, the shit is dumb. Everything gotta be about the base. Everything gotta be about what you already believe. It's like no conversation can be had with y'all fools. It's the dumbest shit, bro. It's like y'all should not be in politics. This is not where y'all should be. Y'all should be playing motherfucking fucking something, poker or something, bro. This is not your thing. Politics is not your thing, bro. Because this shit has gotten, bro. If y'all think this motherfucker gets shot in his ear and us black people give a fuck about him, y'all got nothing coming. All right. Second, if y'all think him getting shot in his ear gonna make some mass movement or somebody loving him, y'all some fucking idiots too for that. He is a racist pig, and everybody know it. And the people that say that he not really know he is. So at this point, everybody is voting where they want to vote. If you run around this motherfucker to me talking about you don't know who to do what, you tripping, right? Because half of these people been running for the last 30 years. There's only 2 of them. Trump been running for the last 9. And you act like you don't know this fucking fool and he was president? That means you really is senile to what's going on. You don't need to vote for real. Sit your ass down. Go eat some turkey or something that night. Get the fuck out of here. You're not even qualified to fucking vote at this point. When you vote, bruh, get your shit, get your information. Don't be going these conspiracy theories and all this fucking piece of gate shit. Like, bruh, that's some dumbass shit. Now we sitting here as black people. You got black people running with this ticket, acting like they love Trump. And meanwhile, under your black ass nose, he gonna take you back to motherfucking Jim Crow. Y'all some dummies, bruh. I never seen no shit like this. They even laid the shit out in 2025 project. Just laid out what they want to do from the first day they walk in the fucking door. And it's all racist shit. Why would a black person support that? Why would you do that? Why would you support? Because you tax cuts? Is that really, like, really? Is that enough to make you just sell your fucking just tax cuts? Because this motherfucker here said you can't have an abortion. I don't give a fuck with your uncle fuck you. I don't give a fuck if your cousin take you in a fucking closet and rape you. You still don't get no fucking abortion, as far as I'm concerned. That's his pick. Like, come on, bro. The shit is over the top, right? So at this point, the fact that these motherfuckers are still doing politics, right? While Democrat, I guarantee you, I'm gonna call this right here. This whole week right here, Biden gonna have to explain him saying Trump is a danger to the democracy. He gonna explain that for some odd reason. He gonna have to explain. Well, you gonna stop saying that? Meanwhile, this man over here saying the worst shit you could even possibly think of. This motherfucking campaign, this motherfucking race has got so lopsided with the media that this shit carried away, bro. It's like you got Republicans part of the meeting, cool. But then if you have a fake ass independent or / Democratic part of the media, they so shooken, they basically with the Republican side of the media. Either catering to whatever their talking points are, or they jumping onto it. It's like this shit has got out of hand, bro. If we were to talk about the facts, Biden blow his ass out the water, period. But he can't. That's why he gonna bring out the most racist people he can. If he got to go to West Virginia in the woods, Ohio, up in the woods, he don't care. That's why he got main man who lived in Ohio in the woods. He gonna get as many of those people out. He can delusion your black little dumb ass while he at it, or your Spanish ass while I build this wall, and you could be a dumb ass while I block your family and round your family up, you dumb ass, and you still someone 25. Meanwhile, you looking back, oh, we take my sister. My sister. No, they gone. Because you're just a dumbass. The man say he will round up everybody the first day. We're talking about the first 180 days of person presidency is the most important. He talking about rounding up people, locking up people. If you protest, you're dying. Like, what are we doing, bruh? At this point, if you open your mouth up as a black person and just even act like Trump's something to you, that's your problem. You're going to have that problem. History going to look back on everybody, bruh. July 13th, July 14th, 2024. Everybody going to look back on everybody in history. Your kids, your kids. And look back, and once this thing unfolds, he's a racist pig. And that's what's going to be down in history. He's the most decisive person who ever been president. That's what's going to be in history. He was a failed president when he was president. He didn't even do the job. That's what's going to be in his history. And when we look back, who supported that? And that's where history going to look bad on motherfuckers that's supporting this wild ass shit, this redneck orange demon. It's just I don't give a fuck about your personal feelings about politics, bro. Or about everybody is the same type shit, that same bullshit, or I don't need to vote, my shit don't count. All that nonsense, bro. It's just at the point now, you make yourself sound ignorant because Martin Luther King was murdered. Now, fuck Trump in his ear. We're talking about Martin Luther King shot the fuck in the middle of the street. Fuck. That's why I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about Trump getting shot in his ear. So that's what I don't understand about the black culture. We're coming from a serious situation here. Well, most of our leaders are murdered in the middle of the street in front of everybody, just like that. So it's just nothing new for us. Period. If KKK gonna love this fool and want to fucking worship him, hey, let them do it. But what they got to do with politics? Why you got to come in here and take away the Department of Education? What are you doing? Why you want to take away all these motherfucking departments, but still want to take my taxes? Where's that going now? See, this shit sounds dumb. Trump want to take away all these motherfucking joints, the Department of Education, the defense, all these things get dismantled. Environmental shit. Just taking all this stuff away, right? Let's say everybody agree with you. Hey, yeah, Trump, just take everything away. They don't need no government stuff. Where my tax money going in? You don't need that either. What you taking taxes for? Where's that going? Guess where it's going? Billionaires, assholes. Period. First thing gonna do, tax cut again for the millionaires and billionaires. If you think that's cool for you as a poor motherfucker, hey, have fun. If you think that's cool for you as a black dude or a Hispanic dude to vote for a racist pink orange demon, have fun. But you cannot deny history when it look back on you, bruh. You can't tell us that he's not a racist when the KKK and the skinheads love him, they're his God. You the one delusional, my guy. It's just real simple. Real simple. If Biden don't win this thing 90 to maybe 8 or 10, by 8 million votes or more, it goes to what I'm saying. This fucking country is racist. Period. We're not talking about Biden, his campaign, Democrats eating each other. Fuck no. It's clear. That's a racist pig. If you get him anywhere near enough votes to be president, this country is fucking racist. People want to skip over that point right there. It's a real key point. It's people voting. It's people doing the voting. It ain't about him being old. Oh, he's too old. We're gonna lose votes off old. No. They voting for a racist pig. Let's stay on that. Fuck that. Then he only win if people vote for him. You can't let the people slide that's actually saying they gonna vote for him, bruh. Because that's where the problem at. So at this point, even this vice president pick, everything comes back to me and Tony been telling y'all since the beginning of this bullshit. These are racist pigs, and the MAGA party is running the Republican Party. And I don't give a fuck who you are, bruh. If you black or Hispanic, you just being dumb. History is going to look back on you 50 cents and you fucking whoever your dumb asses is, Charlemagne the Gods, you are going to look dumb for our culture, bruh. As you now look back at me and you look back at our history, Martin Luther King and them. How you think you going to look when your kids and our kids look back on your black ass? And me and Tony ain't nobody. We just turn on live and go live, right? But when our kids look back on us, our family look back on us 15, 20 years from now, either way this go, we don't know how this shit gonna go in the election. But if Trump become president and the way life be for black people and Hispanics and minorities after that, you have to blame America for being just racist. And you have to believe us as black people when we go to a new job and we come home and tell our girlfriends, hey, look, man, I ain't trying to work there, man. That motherfucking ball's racist. The girl don't even believe you. She don't have time for that. She don't want to hear it. But the reality is, it's the truth. As you can see, if motherfuckers vote for, he literally shouldn't have no more than 2 million to 3 million votes, bro. I'm not even playing with y'all. Like, he shouldn't have nobody but racist pigs literally voting for him. And he should have enough votes where we can look at it and be like, 8 million votes total? Yeah, that was all racist people. You feel me? Everybody else voted for democracy and motherfucking women's rights and motherfucking all the good shit to make people live a nice, happy life and smile. You know what I'm saying, dog? That's where I'm at this point, right? I'm going to lower team even more. And then I'm going to tap out of this. We'll definitely be in tomorrow. Me and my man, them was over
there. Then now we've had post-debate, all of the other things. So is it in play?
The one thing about this
Yes.
shit is make
Is
me
that a
go on
problem
and
for Joe
on by
Biden?
listening
Even
to
if
these
he
fools.
wins it, if he has to spend any time and any money there, it's money he's not spending in Pennsylvania, in Wisconsin, and Michigan. That's the problem within a map that's expanding in favor of your opponent.
Mark, there were a lot of Republicans that were hoping Glenn Youngkin would maybe be the running mate with former President Trump. Some people said he was on a list, not the short list. Is he a type of Republican you think that would appeal now to the MAGA base of this party?
I think it is. I think he actually could be a bridge to the MAGA and the more traditional conservative base.
A bridge to the MAGA. The party itself is now succeeded to the MAGAs. Wow.
Them, even though he's term limited, obviously in Virginia, I do think you're seeing a
Let's
future
go,
star in
bruh.
the Republican Party.
Because
Brother
of the
Harris,
pandemic and other
turn
issues,
this
it took a lot
fool
of time
ass,
since Republicans to get
hillbilly,
together like this.
redneck ass
Talk to me about
up.
the atmosphere here, even though it's been 2 days since former President Trump was almost assassinated.
Let's get it.
I think there's a lot of people who are just excited to get this started, to be able to talk
Yes,
about it.
we are.
Obviously,
Let's
following the
get
tragic
it.
events on Saturday,
Let's
and
get it
obviously we've been kind of
started
watching
here.
with what's been going on with President Biden and his campaign since the debate. So there's been a lot of pent-up energy to get this thing going, and I think you see it here tonight. You see them focusing on the issues that really matter in the campaign: the economy, energy, tomorrow, immigration, foreign policy on Wednesday.
Now, notice it now. They're going to talk about topics. No policy is going to be spoken. Nothing to do with it. Nothing to fix it. Other than guns, they're going to keep you the Second Amendment. You know what I'm saying? That Republican plan is the tax cuts, Second Amendment. Anything else, we don't need it. And all I'm saying, if you want to cut all that, ain't don't need me sending me no tax money. Where is my tax money going if you take away all the departments, my guy? You still want to take my money and get to the rich? Like, what are we doing? Fuck wrong with them. Now, appreciate everybody, bro. We'll be here Tuesday night. We're going to be live again for show for the normal podcast. This is just a mercy joint. Come in and tell you about the vice president, who's another hillbilly piece of shit, just like motherfucker Trump Orange Demon, City Slicker piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So they just squashed the two together as MAGAs, as a piece of shit ass ticket. You know what I'm saying, dog? Racist pig ass ticket, anti-women ass ticket. Whereas vice president said he don't even want ancestry. I don't give a fuck if your cousin rape you. No abortions, bro. No exceptions. So this ticket is locked down and stepped in the MAGA. And now I'm ready, baby. He got his vice president. And now it's clear what's going on. Me and the number one soul brother is going to be here each and every Tuesday and Friday night, chasing MAGAs and coons and these fools that's running for president. Orange Demon and now the hillbilly hick himself. Appreciate everybody. Catch us Tuesday, though, where we're going to go into a deep, detailed dive into voting rights around the country and who is putting up bills to stop us black niggas, Negroes, coloreds, trying to stop us from voting, my guy. So now, Tuesday night, we're going to go deep into the motherfucking fact that we're going to get deeper into Mr. Crooks, the man that tried to kill Trump, who is a Republican, who is white. You could not smear us with that one. And we're going to get deep into who he is. And then we're going to find out, like me and Tony said, we had issues that night. We're going to find out the Secret Service. We're going to find out what the fuck was going on there, my guy. You know what I'm saying? How would you let this nigga get, first of all, his ear whisked off, and then have his head up, going to a car, and lifting his arms up? Like, what are y'all doing? Second, how the fuck that fool get on the roof? You know what I'm saying? So, me and Tony got a lot of questions. How will you get that close to an ex-president? What the fuck is happening here? Even though that red pig, that orange demon, that picture would look good to me, but that's not the problem here. We're trying to figure out how that happened and why that happened. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get deeper into that Tuesday night when we get into a real podcast. Right now, we want to touch in there. We want to slide in and tell you about the vice president and talk a little bit about the convention. Now, the convention, I need everybody check it out, man. Y'all, one thing about us, we political junkies. We want y'all to get involved too. We want everybody to come off the streets and get involved in the politics, my guy. And listen to this shit, figure out this shit, and get deeper into this shit because it's not as hard as these bitch ass niggas try to make you think. You don't have to be no lawyer. You don't have to be no motherfucking Yale graduate to do this fucking politics shit. These bitch ass niggas don't know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tuesday, Friday night, me, the number one soul brother, will be here with me, and we're gonna get deeper into everything going on in politics, my guy.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood view.